Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. Why do they do it to me every year, every season? We've just drawn 1-1 with Man City at the Emirates, and that was just too much for me, honestly. The stress of watching that game, you never get tired of supporting Arsenal. Honestly, it takes you high, it takes you low. And to be honest, this isn't great. I mean, we'll take the point. Considering how the game was going, you have to take a point. You're not mad at the point, and we'll get into the game in a bit. But yeah, that was mad. Arsenal just never make it easy. Now, what I need to address is before the game, I said we weren't scared of City anymore. I said no one fears Pep and City. Bring us our 3 points. I said it. I own it. Okay, but the performance almost showed why I said that. City came, scored. Erling Haaland. I also said in my preview, I wouldn't be surprised if he scored. I predicted 3-1 Arsenal. Haaland opens the scoring. That isn't how I saw it going. I thought, Haaland gets a bit of space. I didn't see it coming, but he got all the space in the world. It was like when he was playing for Dortmund or even Norway, where he's just running through one-on-one with the goalie, and you know what happens. It's a goal. All right. So fair play to Man City. They've done well there. However, what they done after that shocked me. It's the first time I've seen Pep Guardiola have his team just defend. I've seen numerous games down the years against us, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, whoever. Pep Guardiola rarely defends. At one point, he had six defenders on the pitch, all in a line, just holding the score. And that's what I mean. City aren't just doing what they want anymore. They're adapting a bit more. They're sort of seeing how teams go, and they're playing to the game. They're not just doing what they want. They're adapting to the state of the game. And fair play. It looked like they were going to win. To be honest, I don't think they deserved to win. I think a draw was even. I don't think City done much after they scored. They didn't really trouble us. They had a few opportunities in the second half, but yeah, that's a tough game to truly analyze and react to, because it's more just us saving a point. We robbed it there today. And let's start from the lineup. We'll start with the lineup. I got the lineup wrong. Mikel Arteta decided to start Zubimendi, Rice, and Marina again. I thought Odegaard would be fit. Looks like he's not fit. He wasn't even on the bench. And that midfield is negative. I actually saw a stat at half time that said when Marina and Rice have started together, the only time it's been 9 games they've started together and they've won 1 game. And that was against Ipswich last season, who got relegated. So that sort of gives you an idea of how that midfield works. It doesn't really work. I don't think Marino is used for Arsenal in the same way he's used for Spain. I actually think that hat-trick for Spain in the last international break killed us. I think Arteta's looked at it, and I think Arteta said to himself, listen, if he can bag a hat-trick for Spain, he can bag goals for Arsenal, which Mourinho has done, but he's gotten goals for us from striker, not playing in midfield. I just don't think Rice, Zubimendi and Mourinho complement each other. We saw what Eberechi done when he came off the bench. He just changed the game. We just play a bit more quicker. There's a bit more link between the attack and the midfield. Eze should have started that game. Leo Trossard started, who I actually said at the start of the season, I'd sell him. I'd sell Trossard. I like Trossard, but he actually didn't have a bad game today, but he just didn't really impact the game. He hasn't got the speed anymore to get past his man, and you saw what Noni Madueke was doing in the first half, constantly running at Nico O'Reilly, just constant pressure. And Trossard doesn't do that. He's a good player, safe player, but he's not going to win you games, I don't feel like, from starting anyway, maybe off the bench, but yeah, man. So the starting lineup was a problem. And that's why Arteta, he doesn't make it easy for himself. That lineup just sends to the rest of the league and other fans. And to be honest, other fans in the rest of the league are kind of irrelevant. It doesn't really matter what they think. But at the same time, that's where the pressure comes from. That's where the media narrative is beginning. That midfield lineup was so negative. It just lacked that creativity in it. And it's just sad, because you see in the second half, we dominated City. And it's just another case of what could it have been had we started with Eze. We'll never know. But Eberechi Eze does come on with Saka at half-time. Saka immediately had an impact on the game, linking up play, creating chances. He doesn't look 100%, but fair play to him for playing in the game anyway. But yeah, man, it's just tough to truly criticise the boys when they've managed to equalise. But it's more the manager, I think, that's going to get flagged for this. Arteta, once again, not trusting attacking creative players, not giving Eze the start and trusting him. I just feel like Marino, Zubimendi and Rice is very risk-averse. And hopefully we don't see that midfield too many times going forward. But let's talk about Martinelli. Martinelli comes off the bench to save us again. for the second game in a row. Done it for us against Bilbao away in the Champions League. And what a goal. I mean, Donnarumma is a class goalie, and he kept us out all game. He made some good saves from corners. He made our corners look non-existent because he's just so dominant. As soon as the ball comes into that danger area, Donnarumma cleans it up, and he's excellent at it. We saw it against PSG last season. But Martinelli off the bench, what a ball from Eze. Straight in behind City's defence, who I guess got caught sleeping. Martinelli not got a lot of time, left foot over the keeper. I believe it was left foot anyway, but he puts it over Donnarumma, dinks him in about the 92nd, 93rd minute. And fair play to Martinelli. I was just watching a post-match interview with Rice and Martinelli, and Rice said, you can sulk, you can be unhappy about not starting. I'm just watching the goal here on Sky Sports. What a ball that is from Eze. Martinelli, one touch, and this is right foot. Yeah, outside of his right foot, somehow dinks it over Donnarumma. I mean, what a finish that is. But yeah, Martinelli's done well. He could have been upset, could have been annoyed that he didn't start. I personally would have started him over Trossard. But listen, the manager's there to make decisions. He made the decision, and we've ended up drawing. Not the result we wanted, not the result that we needed, but you take it. You take it in the circumstance, because in the 90th minute, let alone the 93rd, it didn't look like we were going to score. And we did. We got the goal we needed. We got the point. Now, obviously, Liverpool did beat Everton 2-1 in the Merseyside derby in the early kickoff. And that's why it was important we didn't lose. I actually reacted on my Instagram cheering the equaliser. But it's not the draw. We're not celebrating the draw. It's more so the fact that we haven't dropped points. It's relief. You can't drop points at home to Man City. We've dropped 2, but losing that game psychologically, I think, as well, is just not good. It's not sustainable. It's not the sort of result you want or need. So for us to get a point, nick a point, is important. The question is, after that game, do I still believe we can win the league? The answer is yes. Of course we can still win the league. Whether I think we will, I think we've got to improve. I think Arteta's got to start going into games thinking we can score 2 or 3 in the first half and then we can relax. Instead of going into games thinking, let's see how it goes and we'll nick a win. We can't play like that anymore. It's too much. You see what Liverpool do. They often score 2 goals, go ahead. They've actually given away a 2-goal lead at least 3 times this season. But they get their nose in front and then they see what happens after. That's what Arsenal need to do. We need to go into games being a bit more positive and believing we can win. Now, our next game is Port Vale in the Carabao Cup. And after that, we go away to Newcastle. This isn't the same Newcastle that we played in years gone by. They just drew away to Bournemouth. They've lost some key players. Isak Gordon, I think, is still suspended. He might be back because of the Carabao Cup. But it's not the same Newcastle, but it's still a tough place to go. Without Isak, I fancy our chances a bit more. Isak has punished us more than enough times. But in that game, Arteta has to be positive. He has to be bold. He has to go into it not thinking, let's nick a 1-0 win. Why don't you fancy a 4-3 game and you might come out on top? Maybe that's the wrong mentality, but how long can you continue to be risk adverse, putting defence first and not thinking about the attack? It's just not good. I don't think it sends a good message to supporters, and I also don't think it sends a good message to your rivals. I don't think it puts fear in them. Liverpool are on an amazing win streak. Whether they can be stopped remains to be seen, but we've got to do what we can do, and that starts with us, and we have to start winning games, not saving them and winning them just in time. So let's see what Mikel Arteta does. I need to chill out. I need to go and sit down. Watching Arsenal isn't enjoyable sometimes. Sometimes it's just stress. That whole 90 minutes, I was stressed. Like, I didn't enjoy that. That's not how your Sundays are supposed to be spent. But listen, this is my immediate reaction. I'm going to do a few more bits in the week looking at the start to our season so far, where I think we need to improve, how I think we played. Because I don't think we played bad today. We gave City, we gave Erling Haaland a chance and he punished us. And I said in my preview, when you give that man a chance, he's going to score. So I expect everyone's going to be laughing at me like they did after the Liverpool game, because I said, we're going to beat them. And we didn't. But at least we didn't lose. But yeah, that's the last time I say that this season. I want W's only from this point going forward. But people, need to catch my breath. I'm going to go and chill out. I need to relax. I can't, honestly, Arsenal are just not good for the health. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you know when I drop a video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.